What's up everyone, Lion Roar here, and this weekend's featured legendary hero in Gemstone Legends is Morgana. So of course, I'm going to do a full breakdown and summons. Alright, so Morgana is a legendary purple hero of the Empire, and we're going to take a look at the base stats first. The thing that really sticks out to me here is that mana gain at 25, which is just perfect, because that means you don't have to focus your equipment on mana gain. The same thing with relics. And if you're anything like me, you probably have some really good equipment and relics that you've been wanting to use, but if you've been loading your heroes up on mana gain equipment, then those run thin while you have all this other great equipment kind of just sitting in the hopper waiting and ready to go. And that makes her really powerful in that you can use that really powerful equipment on her and have absolutely no drawback to the mana gain. So I just really wanted to point that out. That's the best thing going for her with the base stats here. You know, otherwise everything looks pretty average. I mean, defense and HP is a little bit stronger, so she's gonna be a tougher hero. Speed is a little bit higher than normal, but nothing to write home about. Let's take a look at the abilities. So first, the leader ability. She increases the accuracy of all allies by 40% in all game modes. And that's not usually my favorite. I mean, my favorite by far is a speed increase for everybody. And if you know anything about me, I just favor speed over anything. The faster you are, the more likely you are to win. So I'm almost never going to use her as a leader. Let's take a look at the active skill. 100% chance to inflict vulnerability on a single enemy for 5 turns. Just a reminder, vulnerability, when they have that status, means that they take 30% more damage from special skills. So it's making your whole team better against that one particular opponent. I do wish it was hitting more than one opposing hero in this day and age where you have a lot of powerful effects going on. But anyway, 100% chance to inflict provoke on a single enemy for 5 turns. So, you know, that same enemy now has that provoke status, which means that when it's that opposing hero's turn, all their allies are only able to hit her. In other words, if all the gemstones charge when it becomes her turn, then those opponents have to use their special skills on her. It's another reason that you may want to focus on beefing her up as far as like defense and HP, or creating some kind of synergy anyway, where that damage will be protected or spread out or something where you can nullify that a bit. There's a lot of ways to do that in this game. And then lastly, grants mana breath to a random ally for 4 turns. So this is increasing mana gain by 4. I also wish this one affected more than one ally. I don't know if that would be too strong, but I mean, in this day and age, you've got heroes that are doing multiple things for multiple opponents and allies. And so this one's only really hitting one on each side. You know, one with 2 negative statuses on the other side and one with a positive status on your own side. Now, how good this is kind of depends on the passive skill, so let's check that out. Morgana's team gains stat increase from the following heroes in her team in order of priority. So we've got a synergy here. For Lancelot, getting plus 20% attack. Merlin, plus 100% accuracy. 3. Arthur gets 30% max HP, and 4. Guinevere gets plus 100 speed. Each bonus requires all previous heroes to be present and alive in the team. Now, these are pretty old heroes. They've been around since, you know, close to the beginning of the game, which means there's been a lot of heroes that came out that surpassed them. This is kind of a way of making them relevant again, but only if you pair them with Morgana. Interestingly enough, I don't know that those heroes have a whole lot of synergy with Morgana, in that, like, these wouldn't be the ones I would be thinking of trying to pair her with. I mean, thematically, she goes with them, but just as far as skills and abilities, it's not the synergy that I would have put together. But you can, if you have lots of heroes. I mean, what makes it hard is you need all of these heroes, and that's really hard to gain. So I don't know how much I value this particular line in the text, because it's going to be, first of all, hard for people to actually pull off. And secondly, you know, it wouldn't be my mix of heroes if I were trying to put together the best team. Now, if I were just trying to have fun, yeah, I mean, it's thematic, it's fun. it's cool like that. But otherwise, if you're just looking at like trying to put together a good team, let's ignore this text. However, there's a little more text to go with that. When full team is completed and alive, she also grants soul replenish status for 5 turns to a random ally when using her special ability, and takes 50% less damage if she's attacked by an enemy affected by provoke status. So if the opponent has provoke and you've got the whole team, she is taking less damage and she's doing that soul replenish to a random ally. Again, I wish it was more than one, but soul replenish is basically giving them back 5 mana. Has a 100% chance to inflict provoke status on all other enemies for 3 turns when attacking with gemstones, an enemy affected by provoke status. Now, what I'm having a hard time telling, and we're just going to have to test it out, is does this last bit of text depend on that whole team being together or not? Because it looks like it does not, because that middle text says when the full team is completed and alive, dot, dot, dot. This one just says has a 100% chance to inflict provoke status on all other enemies for 3 turns when attacking with gemstones, an enemy affected by provoke status. All right. So if we ignore the rest of the text here, I actually think that last bit is really good. So if that last bit of text does not depend on the rest of the text here, this gets to what I was saying from the active skill, which is I wish it affected more than one opponent. Well, here you go. This is how you do it. And so you can basically pick the opponent that has provoke, hit them with gemstones, and then start inflicting more. So I think that that's kind of interesting and cool, and that will just attract attention to her, which is again why you want to make her really defensive, and why again I wouldn't necessarily use the heroes that are in this passive ability. I would be looking for ones that are going to create some kind of like linking ability or something like that that's going to spread damage out. You want some healing in there, which I mean I guess Guinevere kind of does that, but you're going to want something to soak up damage and basically make it so that she's near invincible and taking all the damage so that the opposing team can basically do nothing and your team can just wipe them out. And that's how you got to build. So here's the thing, and here's my analysis of this. If you build poorly with her, she's a very poor hero. If you build smartly with her, she can be a very good hero. So that really depends on the synergy that you're going to put together. There's a lot of great strategies that you can do. It's actually not even too hard. There's lots of heroes that do similar things to take out your enemies. So let's give it a try here. I don't have a whole lot of gold scrolls, but maybe I'll try like 5. We'll see what we can do here to try and get her. Yes, I always enjoy my experience. I swear I've rated that before. It keeps asking me. It also only seems to appear when I'm doing videos. Okay, one more. Come on. Nope. Oh, not this time. Anyway, I think she's an interesting hero. I'm curious to know how you would be creating a synergy if you're not going to use the Empire heroes that it suggested. Which ones are you using? What do you expect to do with her? How good do you think she is? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoy videos like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification, and I will catch you in the next one.